guys, it's me, Ocean Jasper. Today I just felt like doing something a little different. I'm sitting between my plants and I wanted to pick your piles based on plants rather than on crystals. So group number 1 is this Echeveria globulosa. Group number 2, Chinese money plant, also called Pilea. And group number 3, Echeveria minima. Okay, so today is going to be a love tarot reading where we're going to compare your feelings versus your person's feelings. So I would really suggest you to take a few deep breaths, close your eyes, picture the person you have in mind, and when you open up your eyes and feel calm and steady, you can have a look again at this plant. I'm going to actually show you a closer pictures and see whichever you feel intuitively more drawn to. If you feel really confused, then you can also have a look at the timestamps in the info box below, because sometimes we are intuitively attracted to certain numbers rather than others, and that's a technique that I use often. Also, if you feel really undecided between a plant or another, you can even just have a look at both of them, like listen to both of those readings, because sometimes we have a mix of messages in both of them, and that's okay too. Remember, just that is a general reading, therefore may or may not resonate with all of you, or even just a portion of the video might resonate with you and not the rest, which is why it's very important that you always follow your intuition, take what feels right and leave the rest, and try not to get too attached to the results of the reading. So today we're going to use the Spirit Song Tarot deck. It's going to be the main deck that we're going to use today. I'm going to link down below the affiliate link just in case you feel like wanting to buy one of those, and by doing that you're also going to help the channel a little bit. And then we have the Wisdom of Trees Oracle deck to just give you a little bit of spiritual guides as well and advices from there. I would immensely be grateful if you could like, share and subscribe if you feel like, if you haven't done it yet. And there's also the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. I'm going to answer to each one of your comments as soon as I can, so please feel free to comment your experience, if the video has resonated with you, whatever thoughts you have, I'm going to be there listening to them. So I'll see you very soon at the beginning of your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Okay guys, we are in pile number 1 with the Echeveria globulosa. So we are going to shuffle the cards and see what messages are for group number 1. What do you need to hear about your specific situation? So we're going to have 2 piles. One is for your feelings and one is for your person's feelings. Of course, this also helps, this type of readings help you, because by listening to the part that is talking about you, you will actually have a confirm whether this is the right pile for you or not. Okay, we are also going to accept reversed cards. Nothing to be scared of, it's just help us to have a different layer of interpretation of the cards. So I'm going to divide in 2. There you go. Your group, your half is much bigger than the other, could be a sign. So let's see, what are your feelings, group number 1? We have the Shadow in reverse, 10 of shells and 6 of shells. I'm going to show it to you. Shadow in reverse. This type of deck has really different names sometimes. So the Shadow is actually the Devil, or sorry, the Death in reverse. And then 10 of shells is the 10 of cups, and the 6 of shells is the 6 of cups. Okay, so clearly you have an amazing overflowing of feelings here with these 10 of shells. You actually have lots of dreams about a future with this person. You really love spending time when you're on your own, imagining how the future could be with this person, and you feel really blessed to have met this person as well. And when you're together with him or her, it's not a gender specific video, you really feel a whole sense of well-being. So you truly feel at home with this person. With this Six of Shells, it tells me as well that you could be dreaming, or you could be experiencing already a situation where both of you have an equal give and take. So it feels like for the majority of you, you guys feel like satisfied by the type of connection that you're having right now with this person, because it's giving you hope for the future and is making you feel nurtured in the present as well. So I really have the feeling that you feel quite happy at the moment with this person. You feel like the attention is being equally shared. It's not always you sending the first message, doing the first call, doing a move, offering what to do together. You're not always the one taking action. It seems like a very equal situation where both of you put enough amount of effort and energy into this connection. The shadow in reverse, let me have a look in the leaflet, because I just want to be sure that this is the death in reverse. It's been a while. Yeah, it doesn't even fully. Illusion, fear, addiction, anger, obsession, self-destruction. No, it's the devil, so I was right. It's the devil. Okay, so the devil in reverse, it's quite good because it means that you're actually coming out of a phase of unbalance and possibly addictions, a toxic phase. So it could be that this love, this appreciation for your person, this connection might have been a little toxic in the past, or might have put you in an obsessive mental state where you couldn't think about anything else and you weren't really able to take care of yourself, and you might have just take your decisions, important decision of life based on this person. So it wasn't really healthy. The fact that it's in reverse, it means that you're coming out of that energy, so that's really good. It feels like you're feeling a lot better about this connection, and you know that it's healthy right now. So let's have a look at your person's feelings instead. Let's shuffle again their little pile. So we have the Eight of Feathers in reverse, the King of Feathers in reverse, so both feathers, and the Justice upright. I'll show it to you. So Eight of Feathers in reverse, already forgot, King of Feathers in reverse, and the Justice upright. Okay. Eight of Feathers, okay, in reverse is actually quite, I know that sometimes you might have the impression that reverse cards always carry a negative message, but it's not. In this case, as we saw as well in the Devil in reverse, with the Eight of Feathers, this person is coming out of a phase where they felt trapped and blocked by their limiting thoughts. So they felt like they couldn't take any move, they couldn't actually start any relationship whatsoever, or they couldn't come towards you, or they couldn't feel happy, and they at first had the illusion that they were trapped because of some external situations, but in reality it was their own mind and limiting beliefs blocking them. So the fact that it is in reverse, it means that this person has finally realized, oh wait a minute, there's actually nobody stopping me from doing this. The only thing that is stopping is my own fear and my own limiting beliefs. So this person is finally realizing that there is a way out. Regarding the King of Feathers though, this person might actually use their logic a lot more than their heart. and they might actually not being very good at communicating as well. What are their thoughts? What are their goals? So from your side, like from your perspective, this person could actually be quite confusing, because it's still not ready to take any responsibilities, because the King of Feathers, if he was upright, he would talk about a person that is very self-confident, know what he wants, has really clear goals, and is really strong, and there's nothing stopping him from reaching his ideal manifestation. It really goes for it and doesn't really. Of course, the King of Feathers, as I said, is always like quite of a cold person that uses their mind a lot more than their heart. But when he's in reverse, it kind of feels as well that there is a bit of a lack of action, lack of talking. The swords are always, it's King of Feathers, but the feathers represent the swords in the traditional tarot. They talk about communication and the realm of the mind in general. So there could be a lack of it, and you might possibly be aware of that already without me telling you. But this at least will help you understand whether this is your reading, your pile, or not. The Justice, it actually is such a positive message in this pile, because it tells me that even though they are not fully able to communicate their truth, they want to. The Justice talk about truth. It's even written there, truth and clarity. Justice again wants to put everything on the table and to set everything right. He wants to do the right thing. He wants to treat you nicely. He wants to treat you with respect, and he wants to receive the same respect, of course. The Justice, in the original tarot, it's represented by a scale. So it really talks about waving things in a way that they are truly balanced for both of you. So again, both of you have these feelings with the Six of Shells and the Justice, these feelings of equal balanced connection. The Six of Shells, I actually forgot to say as well, that talks about soulmate connection. You guys could have actually met each other when you were a lot younger, possibly even kids, or this could simply mean that there is a very childlike type of connection between you two, so very innocent, very naive, very sweet. You could have been friends for a long time as well, and there's a lot of, you help each other a lot, at least that's how you perceive this connection. So there's definitely a lot of equality and rights being respected in this connection, but this person certainly feels a bit of a block in talking to you. Now I'm gonna get another card, so another 3 cards for you. So we have the Eight of Shells in reverse, the World with this beautiful whale, and the Sun. Okay, the World and the Sun are such positive cards. The World actually makes me feel that you consider this person as if it was your whole world, and you really put him or her at the center of your attention, at the center of your own world, which makes sense with the messages that we saw before, but at least right now you're doing it in a much healthier way. So it's not all about him or her, it's about putting him in a very high spot, but at the same time taking care of all of your other needs. And the Sun really tells me that you're feeling so happy about this situation. You see, it's very yellow, and there's also the colibri, reminds me of freedom. There's also lots of flowering, blossoming, so it talks about seeing the prosperity of this connection, seeing it growing, to me represent the spring, which is the perfect moment to see your seeds blooming to life. So there's a lot of vitality and joy, and you feel super happy whenever you think about this person. 8 of Shells, when it's in upright, this card is interesting because it's slightly different from the original meaning, but originally the 8 of Shells talk about the need, focusing a lot on the past, on what has gone wrong, focusing a lot on your loss rather than whatever you have in the present. But since it's in reverse, with the 8 of Shells in reverse, which is, by the way, the 8 of Hearts, all of the shells are hearts in the original tarot. There is a sense of finally moving on and not focusing so much on the bad things that happened in the past. So there's a beautiful sense of forgiving in this card, and yes, moving on and looking at the bright side of things and having a lot of hope for the future. If something bad happened, and I can see both with the Devil and the 8 of Shells, something kind of dark might have happened in the past. Maybe you guys weren't in the right space mentally, or it wasn't the right time for you both, so this connection might have actually created some wounds within you two. But right now it feels like you're moving on from that. You are not focusing on the negative side of this connection anymore. And the beautiful thing about the interpretation of this specific deck with the 8 of Shells, can you see, represent a little starfish. And starfish are really famous for being able to regenerate one of their arm, limb. Can't really call it arm, but one of their limb in case it's been chopped down. So it really talks about regeneration. So it really feels that no matter what happened, no matter how this connection might have broken you in the past, you really feel that there is a chance, there is a possibility to grow things again between you two. And there is absolutely no sense of resentment or guilt or blaming. Okay, so let's see from your person's side, another 3 cards. There is the Page of Shells, which is awesome. It's like the Page of Hearts, the 9 of Acorns in reverse, which is like the 9 of Wands in reverse, and then the King of Crystals in reverse. 2 kings in reverse, King of Feathers and King of Crystals, really tells me that this person is still feeling quite far away from their potential. Okay, so this person still has this person still needs to grow, still need to reach their maximum level of maturity. I mean, we never keep growing or, getting better and shaping ourselves to the best version of ourselves, of course. But this person is not, at the moment, satisfied about who they are. Possibly they feel like they cannot provide with this King of Crystals, which is like the King of Pentacles. The Pentacles talk about all the material realm. So this person feels like they cannot nourish you, they cannot provide for you. It's really important for them any material possession, possibly like it would be very important for this person to own a house or a car or a land, or having like a stable job and a stable income, or even just having a little bit of money to give you a gift here and there, and they feel like they can't. Okay, also the King of Crystals in reverse is telling me that this person is not ready for a commitment just yet, because the crystals, again, like they're very stable cards. They like to have strong foundation, and once they start a path, they get really stubborn. There's no way to stop them. So And they can be super patient. So even if they see a tiny little progress every single day, they're never going to give up. So they're really determined. But it's in reverse. So again, with these two kings, it's like this person is not ready for action nor for committing just yet. Although this person knows that it wouldn't be fair to let you hang in there. Like, this person wants to, at some point, to share their own truth so that you can know what to expect from this connection. So it feels like this person, they still want to be fair with you. There is no bad intention. And with this page of shells, there are feelings for you. Okay, and there is a desire to make a romantic move towards you. Again though, the page is less mature than the knight, and the knight is less mature than the king, so it's like the baby of the court. So this person still feel like they have very little experience in love, possibly, or they're a little bit younger than you, but their feelings are really pure. Sometimes they might, but I would say that a lot more if it was in reverse, but sometimes they might actually indulge a bit too much on the flirtatious side of things and never getting to the point, never actually committing. So it could be a person that loves your attention and loves sending you small signals here and there to show you their love, but then they step away and they don't fully let you understand what's going on. It's funny how you still have a really beautiful feeling about all of this. It's like you have so much hope and so much joy whenever you are with this person. So I really hope that they are actually going to show you their truth really soon, because I wouldn't like for you to be feeling completely disillusioned and hoping for something that is not going to happen, or at least just yet. Nine of Acorns is quite good though, because this person is starting to let their defenses down. The Nine of Acorns is somebody that has gone through a lot, possibly has gone through some battles, some where they felt the victim in the past. So they lost some sort of battle in the past. It could have been, doesn't have to be a physical battle, but even just a mental one, you know, like it's quite metaphorically talking. It could have just been beating himself up or herself up a lot in the past. It's somebody that might have got heartbroken in the past, and therefore they put up all these defenses so that they prevent themselves from getting hurt again. The fact that this Nine of Acorns is in reverse, it means that they are finally starting to trust people again. And I feel that you have been such a joyful, pure, happy presence and enthusiastic person next to them, and with this Six of Cups as well, the Six of Shells, there is a lot of genuinity, if you say that, in you. So it definitely helped this person to feel like they could trust you again, they could open up their heart a little to you. I'm gonna get another few cards because I feel like this is not the end of the story. I want to see some clarifying about what are they imagining about in the near future. What is it that they hope to happen in the near future, both you and them. So you have the Strength in reverse, Ten of Acorns in reverse, the Knight of Feathers in reverse. It's the first time that we get three reverse cards. Your pile didn't have many reverse at all. Strength in reverse, Ten of Acorns in reverse, and Knight of Feathers in reverse. So I see that you're really you have some fears that that the strength of this connection is going to diminish in the future if this situation keeps going on like it is, without any without creating any solid foundation. And then with the Ten of Acorns as well, with the Ten of Acorns usually talk about conclusions and the end of a cycle, coming back home, finally restoring after work, which means, but it's in reverse. So it's like you're scared that you are never going to get home, like scared that you will never be able to lift yourself from this huge burden or this huge wish that you have towards this person, and the dreams that you have about this connection. And the Knight of Feathers as well, in reverse, to me talks about somebody that is starting to have a little bit of resentment and start talking a bit harshly. So it's like when you think about the future, yes, you have so many lovely feelings, so many lovely hopes and enthusiasm, and there's so much a positive vibe, but at the same time there's a little part of you that is like, but what if this is going to last too long? What if I'm gonna lose this strength? What if I'm gonna start being a bit bitter about this? What if I'm just gonna get too tired? So there is a bit of that fear in you. So that gives me the confirm that this person still hasn't given you anything serious, anything to probably anything that will make you feel like, yes, this is happening between you two. Like, it's not, the whole situation is a bit floating on the air, that this person is not giving you any concrete hope. Okay, so let's see, what are they wishing for the future? We have Page of Crystals in reverse, another page. The Magician, that's great. And the Queen of Feathers. Okay, so again, we haven't seen many shells, actually. Yeah, just one shell, one heart card in this whole pile. There's a lot of feathers, but okay. So I have the impression that with this Magician, this person actually is hoping that something is hoping that he or she will be able to manifest their own dreams in the future, and is like really hoping that they will find the strength within themselves to reach that high potential of them, to reach the best version of themselves, to they really want to do a huge transformation. Then they really hope that they will find the willpower to create the dreams, to create the reality that they want. Okay, so that's really positive. And with the Queen of Feathers of Pride, it actually tells me that this person finally wants to be able to speak out their own truth, and in a quite, I mean, I cannot really say soft way, because otherwise it would have been a Queen of Shells, a Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Feathers is still quite detached from their feelings, but at least there is a bit of a feminine energy with this Queen of Feathers rather than the King of Feathers, so there is a little more empathy. So it feels like this person is like hoping that in the future he or she will be able to, speak out their own truth clearly to you, trying to be empathetic with you, but at the same time showing a bit of detachment from their feelings. I don't know, for some reason, possibly they still think that they have to do a lot of work before being able to remove all of those defenses. Page of Crystals, we're getting there. Like with this Page of Crystals, there is again the idea of starting something solid but not being fully ready because it's in reverse. So I'm afraid that this person still doesn't have a clear idea on what they want with you. There is definitely some lovely feelings with this Page of Shells, but this person is nowhere near where you are right now. Definitely there's a lot of not feeling ready, not feeling good enough, not feeling able to provide, able to start a solid relationship. All I can see here is that this person wants to be fair with you and want to start communicating their truth with you, which is good, and want to start feeling a bit better about themselves, do some magic that is going to transform them a little bit and getting some self-confidence and finally feeling a bit more able to manifest what is it that they want. But I really feel that they don't have focus just yet, because there's 2 kings in reverse, so they really don't know where to head just yet. It's like this person is still healing a lot of wounds from their past. That's what I'm seeing with this 8 of Feathers, 9 of Acorns in reverse. I mean, there is a little improvement, but it kind of tells me that might have happened something quite strong in the past that has blocked them a lot. Okay, and this person is so much on their mind. They're giving too much power to their own thoughts, to their own doubts and fears, possibly to their own ego as well. They still need a long journey before they're able to get in touch with their own heart and embracing their feelings and not feeling scared about them and not feeling too vulnerable. This person definitely feel vulnerable with this little mouse in reverse and panther, I don't know how you pronounce that, in reverse. They really feel easily attacked, and it's like they feel like it's very easy to be devoured by a life, so that's why they're hiding away a lot. So I'm really sorry if this doesn't give you the confirm of the confirm and the hopes that you were hoping to hear, but I'm never gonna sugarcoat my reading. It's always gonna be whatever I see in the cards. It could actually be a good thing for you if everything resonated in this reading, if you feel that this is really talking about your personal connection. It's still really good. It could be good for you because it looked like you really put this person at the center of your whole world, which made it a bit toxic in the past. So it's good if you have this confirmed that possibly this person is not at the same level of yours, because it would make you feel more willing to focus on something else instead. For now, just let this settle, let this grow. It's like you cannot place some seeds underground and then keep looking at them, staring at them every single hour, hoping that something is going to sprout. So it's you need to let nature flows, and you need to leave a bit of time for things to develop, and meantime you really need to focus on yourself and is something that makes you feel happy. There's so much beautiful exciting energy about you, so I really have this feeling that you know how to enjoy life properly and you see beauty in every single thing. So I really would suggest to have a good time on your own and try to forget about this connection just yet, and then see how it's going to transform eventually. And if it's meant to be for you, it will happen then. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And don't forget as well the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. Also, I'm going to answer to each one of your comments as soon as I can, so feel free to share your experience. And if you feel shy or very private, don't want to do that, you can simply just write the number of the pile that you picked. It could be very useful for you in the future when you want to look back at the reading that you had in the past and want to see if they actually resonate with however the future has been unfolded for you. So thanks so much again, happy Easter, and see you really soon. Bye bye guys. Now group number 2, let me just tidy up all of these cards. Group number 2 is the Pilea, the Chinese money plant. So I'm going to shuffle the cards and camera for you. We're going to pick 2. We're going to divide this big deck in 2 smaller decks. So one is going to be for you and one is going to be for your person. We are going to accept reverse cards as well, which is nothing to be scared of. It simply helping receiving a different layer of interpretation of the cards. Actually, when we do include both reverse and upright cards, we have the double amount of meanings and symbols that we can get from the cards. So it really helps the reading to be more full. What's the word that I'm looking for? Yeah, more full of meanings and more realistic. There's definitely going to be more elements that will help. Ooh, there's the cards coming out. I'm going to keep them there on the side. Yeah, it just helps the reading to have more details. So I'm going to divide. One is for you and one is for your person, slightly smaller. The same happened in the pile number 1. So let's see first, how is it that you feel about your person, which will also help you understand if this is the right path for you or not. Because if I'm saying something that is completely out of reality for you, then you will just be like, okay, I just probably picked the wrong pile. Okay, so we have Page of Crystals upright for you, Page of Shells in reverse, and 8 of Feathers upright. Okay, very similar cards to what we got before in group number 1, but for the other person. Then what else do we have? It's funny how you got 2 pages. So it seems like you don't feel fully ready for this connection just yet. It's like you feel a bit inexperienced, but you are a dreamy person, and you're like Knight of Feathers upright. You are dreaming of 8 of Shells in reverse. Okay, I'm just going to place the cards down and then I'll talk about it. The Chariot and the 8 of Shells in reverse. Okay, so I feel like with this Page of Crystals, it's like you're trying to be more efficient. You're trying to gain more insight. You're trying to learn more things about life in general. You're trying to find a direction, trying to understand where you should put your effort and energies, what would be your path, and you're really looking for something solid though, for some stability. You just don't know where to start just yet. So at the moment you're taking ideas from here and there, looking at other people's experiences and trying to form your own ideals. And you're really a good student of life at the moment, and you're really saving any pearl of wisdoms from people around you, saving them for the future. You could be already starting saving money for the future. Definitely you're putting a lot of attention in the material world, so to you it's important to start building up for buying a house or a car or having a solid job or having a solid relationship, but you still feel a little bit on the early stage where you haven't built up anything just yet, so you just have the ideas and the will. And the Knight of Feathers tells me that you're really trying to find your direction. You're really it's like you already have a clear idea, or at least this is what you're wishing, this is what you're working on. Okay, the Page of Crystals, like the Page of Pentacles, talks a lot about working as well. Page of Knight of Feathers talks about taking action and also find clarity on your path. So it's like you're working a lot on understanding where is it that you have to go, and you're taking it really seriously. Okay, every single move that you are taking, you do it consciously by thinking a lot before taking any step, and it's like whatever decision you're taking with your mind rather than your heart. Is like to you is really important to you're really serious about your moves. Then we have the Page of Shells in reverse. So I have these feelings that you're really using the logic and the mind a lot more than your heart regarding this situation. So it's like you're a little wary. This is the feeling that I'm getting here. You are starting to understand what is it that you want out of a relationship, and you would actually be able to cut off people that are not good enough for your ideals. So you're starting to build really strong boundaries. That's what I'm feeling. Even if you have feelings for this person, you would still have really healthy boundaries, keeping them away if they're not satisfying your needs just yet. Or yeah, Eight of Shells in reverse tells me that you're not focusing though on the negative sides of this connection anymore. Like if something bad happened in the past, you're not focusing on it anymore. So yes, you are like very propense to think about the future. You're very goal oriented. That's what I'm seeing, and to you there's no point on dwelling on the feelings based on the experience that you had in the past, so you don't want to dwell so long in memories. It's like you're very practical right now. That's what I'm seeing. There is the Eight of Feathers though, which made me feel that you could feel at times trapped, and yeah, there is a huge desire though to take action with the Chariot and move towards your direction, but sometimes you feel like the external circumstances don't allow you to do so. So you feel like a little bird trapped in a cage at times. Okay, so you really focused on your goal. It's like I don't see you very focusing on the past, and possibly not so much in the present as well. You're like so oriented towards the future that you feel really frustrated that things can't happen just yet in the present moment. Let me read. Okay, we got these two cards before that came out of the deck. Is the Knight of Crystals and the Five of Acorns, which to me talk in general about the connection, because they don't have any side. No, they're not taking your side or your person's side. So Five of Acorns is like it's a 501. So I see that there could be some challenges in this connection right now that impede you to continue your growth, but no matter the challenges and the difficulties, you're both being very stubborn and endurance. How do you say? You're enduring a lot. Like you're being very tolerant and resilient. So no matter the weather, like you're still going to be there, standing outside, walking in the snow towards your goals. That this is the feeling. Yes, there are challenges, but you're both really stubborn. So let's see from your person's side. Their feelings for you. The Magician in reverse. The Six of Feathers in reverse. And the Four of Crystals in reverse. I'm going to show it to you. So Magician in reverse, Six of Feathers in reverse, and Four of Crystals in reverse. Okay, the Six of Feathers, if it was a pride, it would talk about the need to move on. But this person does not want to move on. So something might have happened that might have put you in a place where you felt like, okay, this cannot happen again. I don't want to think about it too much. It hurt in the past, but I do not want to focus on that anymore. I want to believe that something good could grow, but I'm still gonna build up my own boundaries because I don't want that to be repeated again. So you're taking this in a practical way and a little detached from your feelings, but still there's positivity about the possibility of progress in this connection. From your person's side, it feels like, yeah, maybe I should move on, but I don't want to, which is possibly good news for you. Photo crystals, they know that they should let go of something, but they can't. Again, it's very similar message. Photo crystal is like really attached to their own material possession, so they might have been a little possessive towards you, towards this connection, which could have been the deal breaker in the past. They know they should let go of control, and they can't. Okay, so that could have been the problem. That could be the reason why you're placing some healthy boundaries right now, because you don't want to be owned by your person, and you don't want your person to be overly controlling towards you. Magician in reverse is like they know that there should be a change in them, but they are not going to do it just yet. Excuse my voice. Or they feel like they don't have enough willpower to manifest their goals with you. It's like there is something that they want to manifest, but they're having some troubles in doing so, doing the first action, making it happen. Let's take another 3 cards. Oh wow, the love just jumped out, the love card. They call it love in this deck, but it would be the twin flame message, how do they call it? The lovers, yeah, the lovers in the original tarot. Then we have, I'm sorry, the battery just left me, so I had to change it. Sorry for the interruption. I was saying that the second card is the Sun in reverse. And then what's the last one? Temperance upright, which is such a beautiful card. Okay, so this person, okay, doesn't feel super optimistic about this connection with the Sun in reverse. Sun in reverse, Magician in reverse. They feel completely powerless to change the vibe of this connection. Completely powerless and unable to create the reality that they want to, unable to change how things are in the moment. They're not very happy, and it's like they're resisting that type of transformation, and they are resisting to let go of control, and they are resisting to move on. So we saw with the 8 of Shells in reverse that you are actually like letting go of the past. Possibly this person is doing the opposite. This person is like still attached, like with their clothes, not clothes, we're not cats, like with their nails, really clinging on their past, on the details of whatever happened between you two. So possibly their ego is still there, like want to be fed and like filling up their brain with thoughts like, oh, I was right, like, you know, like you just want to or they, it's better say they rather than he or she, but they're still stuck on what has been said and who had the right, who was in the wrong. They can't let go of that. They know they should move on, but they can't. And they know that this actually is making them upset, and like, because it's disconnecting them from you. But they do love you. They do think you are their soulmate, and they have chosen you. Okay, they know that at some point, if there has going to be a moment where they have to prefer you rather than their ego. Okay, and the need to be right. And Temperance is really, really lovely card, because it tells me that this person is actually willing to find balance and harmony within themselves and being a lot wiser. Okay, so there is a huge transformation from being super stubborn and negative to, alright, I'll better chill out now and just find a bit of reason. Yeah. There is a weird symbol in the camera, I don't know what it's telling me. I hope it's recording fine. Anyway. Let me take another 3 cards for you and for your person. Still there, don't know. So you have the Ace of Acorns, New Beginnings, the 10 of Feathers, moving on from some ending, makes sense, and the 2 of Crystals in reverse, so indecision about a choice. Okay, and for your person, we have, the Tower upright with the Chameleon, the 3 of Acorns in reversed, and then we have the 7 of Acorns. So from your side, I'll show them to you again. The Acorn, the 10 of Feathers in reverse, and the 2 of Crystals in reverse is like you really don't want to focus on whatever ended in the past. Okay, so I have the feeling that you might actually want to, for some of you, you might actually feel like you ended with this person. You cut them out of your life. They did something that was unforgivable. You want to move on. You don't want to dwell on memories. You don't want to be attached and moved. You don't want to listen to your own emotions and feelings. You're just taking the situation from a very detached point of view. You just want to move on towards the future, although you feel slightly trapped right now. You want a new beginning, and you don't want to think about whatever hurt you very badly in the past and whatever ended abruptly in the past. Although there is these 2 crystals in reverse, which tells me there is indecision. There is, even though you seems like really focused on your next goal, there is these 2 crystals, which tells me there could be a little bit of indecision, whether is this the right path, am I doing the right thing, and not looking back. You're really just pondering now whether it's the right thing, and you still feel slightly immature, like with this Page of Crystals. You're trying your best, and with the Knight of Feathers as well, like you're growing from this experience. You're only learning by every day you're learning something new about the present circumstances. You're just trying to get insights, new insights, but you don't fully know, and possibly nobody fully know whether they're taking the right decision. It's just a gamble sometimes. You're just trying our best. And this time you're really deciding to follow your mind rather than following your heart. And I think nobody can actually tell you if you're doing the right thing or not. But if it's no matter what you're going to decide to do, that is going to be the right experience for you. No matter what choice you're going to make, you're going to learn something from it. So either way, it's a win-win. That's at least how I feel. Regarding your person, big Tower moment. So this person, and there's a lot of beautiful colors, so this person is finally embracing that transformation and possibly having a really aha moment where they're like, oh my god, I did actually something wrong, and I should have not be so stubborn and trying to be right. You know, like they possibly realizing that they caused the breakup, because I have the feeling that there has been a lot of challenges between you two. Although with this Knight of Crystals we saw before, both of you, even though you're trying to move on and start a new path, I still feel that there is a bit of a wish within you. I mean, you still feel connected with this person. It's not going to go away, because your care for each other is quite resilient here, and whether you want it or not, you still have lessons to learn from each other. That's what I'm feeling, that there is still water to nourish your plant together. Then the Three of Acorns in reverse is like, this person is waiting. It's waiting a lot. But since it's in reverse, it could also be like feeling tired to wait. And possibly they realize, I should take some action instead of waiting. That's why the aha moment. And we have the Seven of Acorns, which is like the Seven of Wands, and talks about taking action, movement, speed, and determination, stamina. So I feel that finally this person has had the realization, and they said, I did it all wrong. I was here waiting for my person to come back and apologize and finally admit that they were wrong, but I was the one. So she or he will never come back to me. It's me that I need to take the move. So it feels like suddenly this person is running after your car, and just minutes after you left, and just realize when it's a little late. I mean, it could possibly not be too late because of the King of Crystals. There is endurance in this connection. So it's funny, it really feels like an episode from a series that you get to the end where everything suddenly changes and you really want to know what's going to happen after, but there is no more cards. It's just like, then the episode just stops. So yeah, it really feels like at the end this person decides, I need to make some movement towards my person, and you decide, wait a minute, am I doing the right decision here? So this is where I'm leaving you guys. I know that it could be a little mean, but this is what I'm seeing, and everything else you will see day by day how this connection is going to develop. And there's going to be more videos, so they will totally reflect your future. I just cannot read too much ahead in the future with the cards. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if it has resonated. I would love to hear from you, and I'll answer to each one of your comments as soon as I can. If you love to share your experience, I'm so open to read it, and yeah, as I said, like having back and forth. But if you feel a bit shy or private, you can simply just write the number of the pile that you chose, which is going to be very helpful for you in the future if you want to look back at the reading that you've been listening in the past and see if they had any element of truth regarding how the future eventually unfolded. Then for the rest, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. It would truly mean the world. Hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video, which is going to be every Sunday or every Monday, between Sunday and Monday, every week. So one reading per week. And I'm always open to suggestions, so feel free as well to pop them down below. And that's it for now. Have a happy Easter and see you really soon. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. Hi guys, if you chose the Echeveria minima, this is the reading for you, pile number 3. So we're going to shuffle the cards in camera. And while I do that, I just want to remind you that this is a general reading, therefore it may or may not resonate with all of you, or even just a portion of the video might resonate with you and not the rest, which is why it's very important that you always follow your intuition, take what feels right and leave the rest, and try not to get too attached to the results of the reading. we are going to accept reverse cards as well, which is nothing to be scared of. It just helps us to have an extra layer of information about your situation, so it really enriches the reading, because it's like as if we had the double amount of meanings and symbols. Okay, so we're going to divide this main deck in two. One is going to tell a story about you, about your feelings for your person, and the other half, there is a card coming out, is a transformation, is just gonna be a general card for your reading. And the other half I was gonna say that it belongs to your other person. So how is your person's feelings about you? So let's divide the deck and start with your side. This is also really helpful because by listening to your side, you will realize if this is actually the right pile for you, if this is the right group for you. Because if what I'm saying, it doesn't really matches with your personal situation right now, then you know that he is not talking with you. Okay, so we have an Ace of Crystals in reverse. Then we have a Four of Shells in reverse. And the Ace of Feather upright. I'm going to show it to you. Ace of Crystals in reverse, Four of Shells in reverse, and the Ace of Feathers upright. Okay, two aces, one is upright and one is in reverse. Okay, so let's start with the Four of Shells in the middle, which is in reverse. It's sometimes you might have the wrong impression that all of the reverse cards carry a negative meaning, a negative vibe to it, a negative message, but is actually not. Like in this case, for example, with this Four of Shells, when it's upright, it talks about somebody that is actually slightly giving up on life, or giving up on the possibility for him or her to be happy, and not chasing their goals anymore, just feeling like they don't deserve happiness, and that happiness always happens to other people, and there is no even point working on it because it's not going to happen. So it's a very pessimistic type of card. But when is when is in reverse, it actually tells me that you are coming out of this energy. So if in the past you used to beat yourself up and feeling like possibly you weren't good enough for your person, for example, or if you were feeling like this situation wasn't going anywhere, now you finally feel like things are more positive. It's like spring suddenly blossom within you, and you're definitely much more optimistic and nicer towards yourself, and feeling like yes, you do deserve happiness, and that situation also deserve to steer into a good direction. We have the Ace of Crystals, which tell me that you feel like it's not a good time just yet for a new beginning. You're thinking about it, but it's not the right time just yet. It's like you're planning the development of the situation and your actions, but you're not fully there. But whatever it's going to start, it will have really strong roots and really strong foundation. You are looking for a long, serious commitment. You want to start something stable for you, okay? You're not that's possibly why you're being slow and cautious, because before starting anything new, you want to make sure that you're doing it with the right person, which is really good attitude. And so you're a bit slowed down by making sure that all the practical sides are in the right space. I don't know how to tell you it differently. Like you just want to make sure that everything it's in order before starting something new. and you are thinking a lot with this Ace of Feathers. It's represent the swords in the original tarot. So it's all about thoughts and communication and messages and calls and writing and reading. And also tells me that there's a lot of mental clarity. So it's like finally you shifted from a space of being very negative and about this situation, and then suddenly you had this illumination and this enlightenment, and you realized that it is possible to dream about something better. That once you are more optimistic, then things actually start to shift naturally on their own, organically. And I'm a true believer of the law of attraction, so I really think that we kind of shape our reality through our thoughts. So if we are positive, we're going to attract positive experiences. If you're negative, we're only going to attract negative experiences. And I feel like you have the same clarity right now as well. But you're taking things very slowly. Like you take a move only if it feels safe. Now let's see from your person. We have the World in reverse. There's a hair in my deck. The Page of Feathers upright. And the Four of Feathers upright. Okay, so your person is actually feeling like unable to close a cycle and start a new one with this World is in reverse. So they're still stuck in the past somehow, and possibly they also don't feel fully satisfied. So they don't really feel like they can celebrate the present moment. I feel like they opened a bottle of memories that just keep rising up, as if it was like a champagne bottle that has been shaken. So it keeps rising and rising and is kind of overwhelming this person. So that's why they are very stuck in the present, and that's why with the Four of Feathers they just need some rest. They need to restore, step back from the external world, just focus on themselves, possibly rest their mind as well, because it's quite active. With the Page of Feathers they have a really active mind, and they might feel quite curious about you. They also might be communicating with you from time to time with messages and calls. So they're not the type of person that is quite shy and not so willing to talk with you, and it feels like they are curious to discover more things about you and find out more things about you through chatting, which is good. But at the same time, okay, with this Page of Feathers and Four of Feathers, yeah, in upright, it could also be that they are taking a break from communicating with you at the moment, because they got overwhelmed by the past or an old situation that hasn't received a full closure. So the consequences of it are rising up to the surface just now. So possibly you might have been in touch, in contact with each other, and you might have felt like they were quite willing to chat with you, and then suddenly there was no communication there, and it's like they're taking a bit lethargic sleep. Yeah, so there was a transformation card that popped up before out of the deck, which to me it represents the center of your reading. Transformation is the Death card in the original tarot deck, but I like it a lot more called Transformation, because that's what it is. The Death card represents transformation in general, a need to change season. And it's so beautiful that it is represented by this animal. The is part of the family of the cicadae. I don't really know the word in English. It makes that really loud noise as if it was a cricket, but it's not a cricket. It lives on trees, and every 7 years, I think, they grew under the ground, and then finally there's like an explosion of these coming out of the air, out of nowhere, and then they shade their skin as well. So they have a 7 years cycle of life, if I'm remembering right. And so it is really talking about the metamorphosis of the self, okay, as the one that happens on these type of animals books. So let's get more cards, both for you and for your person. Okay, we have the Lovers in reverse. Here is called Love in this deck. 8 of Acorns in reverse and the Knight of Acorns in reverse. You might have seen a little interruption there. It's just because the my camera just left me for the battery. Oh no, the SIM card was full. So, but I'm back now. I changed the SIM card. So let's go back to your reading. The Lovers in reverse is talking to me. Okay, you might feel a lot better with this 4 of Shells in reverse that we had before, coming out of that pessimistic type of vision about your connection. But with the Lovers in reverse, I think that deep down within you, you still have the belief that this twin flame connection between you two is still gonna diverse. I don't know if that's the word in English, like just that your paths is like they've crossed, and then in your head they're gonna divide again. It's like you're not on the same track. That's the word. Sorry, it was just coming in Italian. We say binario. I was trying to translate it. Yeah, so it's like to you, you feel like in parallel tracks, and sometimes you meet and sometimes you go far away. It's like you don't have full trust that this connection, it's actually going somewhere. It might be a thought buried deep in your subconscious, so it might not be something that you're fully aware, because superficially, like on the surface level, you're much more positive, much more optimistic, but it could be that you still have these old beliefs within you, as if you could also be that you might believe that you don't deserve to find a twin flame in this lifetime. And by twin flame, I actually believe that there is like few of them. I don't believe that there's only one. But it could be this, you really are a bit discouraged about your love life in general. 8 of Acorns, this is the reason why. 8 of Acorns is lack of communication, and we actually saw it with the Page of Feathers in their pile, associated with the 4 of Feathers as well. So as I said before, I said they might actually have took a break from communicating with you, and this is what you are experiencing as well. The 8 of Acorns in reverse is like lack of motion, lack of traveling, lack of messages, lack of communication. So this could be the reason why you're feeling a little bit discouraged, even though you were starting with a much better mindset, and now it's like you don't see action with the Knight of Acorns in reverse. The Knight are always talk about action. Then the suit tells you what type of action is going to be, how is it characterized, and in the Acorns is the Wands, so it would be characterized by a lot of passion, a lot of determination, a lot of speed and motion, for sure. So it's like you don't see this drive in this person, or you lost it in yourself, or you're not seeing from the other person. Yeah. Or could be that the communication is much more sporadic, doesn't happen as often, and when you hear this person, you don't feel him or her being so vital and joyful. So this is like making the earth under your feet shake a little bit. So let's see from your person's side another 3 cards. Let's see what we got. The 10 of Acorns upright, the 5 of Feathers in reverse, and the Page of Crystals in reverse. Okay. So I don't see them really productive with this Page of Crystals. It's like they're not really looking for a solution here. Or they feel a bit stuck from finding the solution. And from having the discipline of maintaining this connection on a daily basis. There is some internal conflicts with these 5 of Feathers. It could be that there's lots of voices in their head messing up with them. So there's a internal battle. The good news though is that with the 5 of Feathers in reverse, they are really trying to come out of that mental state. So that's why the 4 of Feathers. And I don't know if you remember, but before I said to you, this person is very mentally very active because of the Page of Feathers. So possibly this person is really trying to find some orders and slow down their thoughts, because they've just started to see that their thoughts are actually contradicting each other and they're not making any sense, and so they just realize, okay, I need to take a little break. And there is a huge burden here that they feel with this 10 of Acorns, which is the 10 of Wands. They really, it's like they feel too much responsibility on their shoulders, and they've been dedicating possibly a lot of their effort and energy onto something in the past, or they might have had this huge burden from the past. As we said before, with the World in reverse, they're not able to close a cycle. So possibly they have been dedicated themselves a lot into some big cause in the past, or into some big relationship, and now the memories of that come back to surface. So now that you came into their life, possibly it's like you stir something within them and they start having all these flashbacks from the past, and they're just wondering, would I be able to go through the same experience again? Would I be able to dedicate myself to a new person, to hold the responsibility of that? Will I be able to settle? Will I be able to provide for this person? Because the Page of Crystals also have a lot of and doubts regarding if they will be able to provide or not on a material level, because the crystals talks always about the material aspect of life. And also the Page of Crystals, it could be telling me that they're not really ready for commitment. The Page as well, they're really it's a younger figure rather than the Knight of the King, so they might feel a bit inexperienced, or simply, yeah, not ready. So I'm sorry to give you this news. I'm going to get another 3 cards. Always remember that this reading, first of all, they are general, as I said in the intro. So even just a portion of this reading might resonate, not everything. So don't take every single word like fluid gold. I don't know if you say that in English, but it's a saying in Italy. And don't take every single word as magical. Like, this is not a personal reading. And second of all, any reading, even the private ones, are like a snapshot of the current energies in the present moment. So anything can change in the future. That's why I don't tend to do readings about the future, because everything can change from now to then. But I do like to see what's happening in the present moment. But everything can change, and based on your current energies and on your person's current energies, which include their thoughts, their dreams, their memories, their shadow work, the experience that they're going to have, the meetings that the encounters that they're going to have. So everything really can change. So don't take this as subtle, as like carved on the stone, you know. Now, let's get 3 cards for you, my dear. We have Magician in reverse, the 3 of Acorns upright, and the 8 of Shells in reverse. Okay. So the 8 of Shells in reverse came out a lot today, and in this case it tells me that you don't want to focus too much on the past. Whatever loss that you had in the past, you don't want to think about it. So you're in a much better mindset, because you don't want to think that love is not coming to you just because you had lots of rejections or you lost lots of people. You have a much clearer mindset right now. You know that you have to be positive to attract positive experiences. So you're not focusing on that anymore. You're pretty much projected towards the future here with the 3 of Acorns. Like you're planning ahead. You're waiting for the right ship to come. So you're pretty patient as well. Although with the Magician is like you feel that everything depends on the universe, on other people's. You haven't found the power within yourself to manifest what is it that you want, to start acting towards your dreams. It's like you feel a bit of a victim of the external circumstances, of the environment around you, and the decision that other people are taking. So it would be great if you could find more power within yourself, rather than feeling like your happiness depends on whatever move your person is going to take, because that's really disempowering and it's not doing any good to you. It could be nice for you to take a vision board, like draw a vision board, or creating a new one on Pinterest. Just make a collage of all of the pictures that inspires you, that represent where you want to get in the future, the type of relationship that you like to have. So put it all together, and that will help you a lot to manifest that dream. Okay, because you are in the right space mentally here, not focusing on the past, and just you want to regenerate yourself. You want to. It's beautiful because the message from the starfish as well is that they're able to regenerate their limbs when they lose it. So that's how you feel as well. There's nothing stopping you. You're really positive. You just need to find a little bit of strength within you. Okay, so let's take another 3 cards for your person and see where they are at. Clarify their feelings. Nine of Shells, beautiful. Queen of Feathers in reverse, and the Tower in reverse. Okay. The Nine of Shells actually is telling me that they are feeling quite content and satisfied about the present. Like they feel like they have enough love around them. They're quite happy with the possessions that they have, and they're very grateful about everything that they earned up until now, about the support that they're receiving from the outside. They're quite content in that sense, yes. Quite fulfilled. Therefore, with this Tower in reverse, they are perceiving a sense of resistance against the giant transformation. Whatever they earned up until now, they're scared to crumble it down. The tower really talks about the crumbling down of a tower, which is usually a good thing, because whatever is solid will remain there, and whatever was superficial will just crumble down. So it's really good detoxing method, like decluttering sort of activity. But it's a decluttering of the mind, or a decluttering of the heart. And they're not ready to do that because they're afraid that they might lose some of the stability that they earned, some of the fulfillment that they achieved. So I'm seeing a bit of a reluctance here and making any move, any progress and any clear action. And with this Queen of Feathers, there's still a lot of confusion in them. And if the feathers, when it's upright, talks about mental clarity, when it's in reverse, talk about confusion indeed. And the Queen of Feathers can be actually quite cold and harsh. So I wouldn't be surprised if they would come towards you like biting your head off sometimes, you know, like coming out a bit harshly instead of being sweet and empathetic and understanding where you are at the moment. So they might be a little insensitive, or if it's not that, they might simply feel so completely detached from their heart, so they can't really consider the possibility of starting a relationship or continuing a relationship. I feel like they finally, after certain struggles that they had in the past, they finally got to a point where they feel quite balanced. But it's a very fragile balance, it's a very delicate balance. So they're afraid that even just a needle on top of this stability will just shift everything down the scale, and they're going to lose control. There's definitely a lot of worries in this person because there's lots of feathers and two of them are in reverse. And we said about the mental activity. So let me get a Wisdom of the Tree card for you here to find a bit of an advice. Definitely the Magician card was a really beautiful advice for you, I feel. Transformation was the main card of the reading, so there is a need for this person to transform, but they're just resisting the transformation, okay? But it will happen. Like, there has to be a transition. Oh, that card could also mean that the connection between you two has to change. So it might not be the same as it was in the past. But that doesn't mean that you do not deserve a new beginning. You still have the Ace of Feathers here. You have a lovely mental attitude right now regarding deserving a new chance, deserving to find that special connection. So I would still go for that. You see, you have a lovely patience, how do you say, attitude here, like you're waiting for the right ship to come. So if this person is not the right ship, then wait for the next one. But let me get a card from the Wisdom of Trees. Let's see. What is the advice for group number 3 with the Echeveria minima? Wow, it fell on his own. Was in reverse though. The Elm in reverse. Now I don't know all of the messages of these cards by heart because there's so many. Elm 61. So I'm going to read it from the booklet. In verse it says, is someone being completely honest with you at the moment? It is possible that they are not telling you the truth for some reason. Keep your wits about you, especially if you're involved in negotiation or important discussions. That makes so much sense because with the Queen of Feathers in reverse, I didn't tell you, but like it's when it's in reverse, it's always about honesty. Any feather cards, like the swords cards, It's about honesty, telling the truth, being clear. But in reverse, it's not only about confusion, but it's also about not saying things straight as they are. So it could talk about lying. So they might be lying about what they truly need right now, and they might be lying about their fears of a tower moment that is going to crumble down their own little securities that they got. So they might not be fully honest with you. Let me get another one, because come on, I don't want to end the reading like that with such a negative message. I mean, you can still take the good things out of it, just take everything with a pinch of salt. The Cedar of Lebanon. So, Cedar of Lebanon, show me, where are you? Cedar 30. It's right way up. Trust your instincts and let your conscience guide you toward making the right decisions, especially if you're currently facing a difficult challenge. Know that you are as steadfast and grounded as the biggest trees in the forest. That's a lovely message. I'm gonna read more. Humans have respected and worked with me for millennia. It's like the trees talking. They use my wood to make their temples because they recognize that I can give them spiritual strength. Let me help you to become rooted in your own spirituality. So, I know that you might be sick and tired of hearing, trust your intuition, but find your strength within. But this is the advice for you, sweetheart. I really hope this is going to be useful somehow for you. Let me know in the comments below if it has resonated. I would love to hear from you, and I'm here if you want to have a little back and forth, a little exchange. I'm here to listen to you. And if you feel quite private and reserved and don't really want to share, you can simply just type the number of the pile that you chose, because it might help the future you when you go look back on the reading that you've been listening and you're curious to find out if they were actually saying the truth about the possible development of the future events. And yeah, so if you enjoyed or found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. It would truly mean the world. And hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified any time that I publish a new video, which is going to be every week between Sunday and Monday. So thank you so much for watching. I really wish you a happy Easter, although probably you're gonna receive this on the Monday after Easter. Easter Monday, I don't know how you got that. Anyway, I hope to see you very soon in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and for being so loyal to the channel. I really do appreciate you guys. Bye bye now. Hi again, pile number 1. I'm really sorry, but I completely forgot that I was going to read you a card from the trees, Wisdom of the Trees. So here it is, a little delayed. Ooh, so many are following. Let's see what you get. The Hazel. So I'm going to read this in the booklet because there's so many of them and I really don't know them by heart. Hazel 54. It's upright. So the message upright says, beware of dissipating your energy by becoming caught up in ideas and situations that are nothing to do with you. Decide where your mental and emotional boundaries lie, particularly when dealing with other people. I remember we talked about boundaries in one of the piles. I don't know if it was pile number 1 or pile number 2, because I'm reading this at the very end of all the readings, so I have my memories a bit mixed up, so I cannot interpret that correlated to your specific reading, but I really hope that you found this little message useful. You can interpret it yourself based on what you heard up until now in your reading. Thank you so much again for watching. See you really soon. Hi guys, pile number 2 with the little Pilea. I completely forgot to read you a card from the Tree of Wisdom. is actually the opposite. The wisdom of trees or cones. So I'm just doing it now. I'm really sorry about that. I at the moment have mixed memories about the readings that I've been doing, because I'm doing this at the very end. I've already done all the 3 readings, so I'm really sorry, but you have to interpret it yourself based on what you heard up until now. And I'm gonna read you, of course, a little message from the booklet. You got the date palm. So let's see in the booklet what page is the date palm. 69, and it's upside down. So in verse says, difficulties and troubling situations have conspired to make you forget how sweet and simple life can be. Now you can rise up like the phoenix from the ashes, ready to embark on a new cycle of experiences. Such a lovely message. I really hope that that resonated, especially together with the reading that you've heard up until now. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and see you really soon again. Bye bye.